Best Buy, it was interesting because when they looked at it from a labor and transportation perspective, it jumped off the map for them. And I'm like, what? Frederickson? Where is that? I don't even know how to drive there, right? Good day, Industrial Advisors listeners, and thank you for tuning in. If you have not subscribed, please do so by clicking subscribe wherever you podcast. Click the like button and hit the bell if you want notifications of when we put up new content. Leave us a comment about anything we discuss here today or general comments about the show. Now, let's get into it.
Welcome to our Industrial Advisors podcast. We have a 5-minute Friday with Bill Condon and Matt McGregor, and today's topic is Frederickson. What's happened to Frederickson over the years? So,
what did happen to Frederickson?
A lot's happened. That's the answer.
Yeah. 5 years ago, could you have driven there without a map?
No comment on that.
I definitely could have.
Yeah.
And I put Best Buy there. I don't know if I still could have done it.
That's right. Yeah.
But let's talk about Frederick. It's interesting because Frederickson became what Sumner was, right? At the beginning of our career, Sumner was
south. It was south.
Very south. I mean, you tell somebody you're in Kent that you're going to Sumner, and you might as well have said China, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they were like, I'm not going to Sumner.
Yeah.
Where's Sumner?
It's my favorite market now.
Yeah, exactly. So I think Frederickson has become the new Sumner, but the difference is Sumner took 20 years to absorb, and I think Frederickson's going to take 7.
Yeah.
Ish?
I mean, you look at
Kinda
the first, the early days, right? So Whirlpool, Boeing, IKEA, those big buildings went there, and then there was a little bit of a delay.
Long delay.
Yeah.
I mean, the difference between Whirlpool, which was kind of that last one, right? How many years?
3? Or was it more?
Oh, a lot more.
Yeah.
Because Whirlpool was there, I think.
Oh, they went early. Yeah.
Early.
Yeah, they went early.
Then it was about a 10-year delay. Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying there wasn't a small building, a little build-to-suit or something, but from a developer going in and building a large big box, it took a long time. And during those early years, you had Davis, bought some land down there. He saw it. Pantone saw it. But I think it wasn't until 2018, and we did the deal, that Best Buy went in. Pantone did the deal. So they were early in. And Best Buy was interesting because when they looked at it from a labor and transportation perspective, it jumped off the map for them. And I'm like, what? Frederickson? Where is that? I don't even know how to drive there, right? I'd been there a time or two, but to our point earlier, it just wasn't a market. And then the statistics told them to go there, and they went there, and then what happened?
Yeah, I mean, then it just a bunch of corporate tenants followed, right? And then LPC started building their buildings and had tremendous success. And now you look at Frederickson, there's corporate tenants all over the place, and it's a phenomenal market.
That's right. You had Floor & Decor and Holman and Ace, Amazon, obviously IKEA and Best Buy, and many, many more. But why? Like they're going there for, I mean, what are the key reasons?
Yeah. So I think, well, one, that it was a market where buildings were being delivered, right? And then tenants started looking at it and saying, hey, labor really matters, right? I mean, you talk to tenants today, the biggest issue they have is labor, right? Finding labor. And Frederickson's a good labor market. The access is good, again, in Frederickson to get in and out of. And so I think there's a lot of things. But the fact that you combine, that's where the product went, a good labor, good access, close enough in. Those are all some of the reasons those tenants are going there.
Yeah, I think when you and I took a hard look at it to focus on it, and now we've got a lot of product there, we like it because if you go down the I-5 corridor where all the developers wanted to go, right, to make sense. Of course you want to be on the I-5 corridor.
Yep.
But if you're looking at the Port of Tacoma and you're driving down to, say, no knock on these markets. They're great markets, and they're right on the I-5. But DuPont, Lacey, Tumwater, yes, they're right on the I-5. But you got 6 lanes and everybody on those lanes, right? You got 14 lanes going into Frederickson and a lot less people. And then you look at the labor pool and you'd say, gosh, no, the labor pool is small. Well, not exactly, because the labor pool, if you divide it by the available square footage in that area, the labor that's in that area is very close to Frederickson, that's going all the way up into Kent, right? But the difference is there's not a lot of competing product. So if you divide the amount of square footage, your labor is very, very sticky there, right? So you got a nice sized labor pool that's close to home. Like, they're going to drive 10 minutes to Frederickson as opposed to 30 or 40 up into Sumner and up into Kent, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So, all in all, Frederickson has had a really good, last 5-6 years, and that's going to continue because there's new product going up, and that stuff's going to get leased. So
that's right.
A great market, Frederickson.
That's what happened to Frederickson.
There it
Thanks
is.
for joining 5 Minute Friday.